So Keqe, how have you found it today?
I found it quite great. The weather was not exactly amazing, but getting here was fine. It was good, yeah.
So how have you found the photo shoots that you've been involved in today?
It was actually really good. I feel like it got me really comfortable. And especially with like the music playing in the background, and Georgia really made me feel like I could just let myself loose. So I feel like that was really good, and I liked some of the shots that she was taking.
Yeah, that's good. I'm happy you mentioned to play some Chris Brown as well.
Yeah, I did, because I feel like when you play, I don't know, sometimes I know with some artists they're comfortable listening to their own music, but I just have like artists that I just like to listen to on a daily, so I'd rather just listen to one of them instead.
Chris Brown's actually one of my favourite artists.
Really?
Yeah. I don't use it. You mentioned you like his new album.
Yeah, I love his new album.
What's your favourite song on there?
I can't name one. I probably have to name maybe 5 or 6, but I do like I like Feel Something, I like Make Up Your Mind, I like Sensational, and I can't name.
Sensational's a good summer
I don't remember
rhythm.
all. Yeah, Sensational. Yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned you like Afrobeats as well. Is there any other artists that you can maybe think of?
I like Afrobeats, but to be honest, I don't really listen to that much Afrobeats. I listen to a lot more dancehall and old school R&B, new school R&B, just R&B in general. But I have been listening to Victini a lot recently, and I've been listening to Lil J as well. I love Wizkid.
Nice.
Wizkid is just I've just loved him
Wizkid's
since
solid.
Yeah.
Anyways, enough about all those mainstream artists. Let's go on to you.
Me.
So, I know you write music. Am I right in saying?
Yeah, I do write my own music. Yeah.
Do you have a creative process that you go into when you write?
Yeah. When I write, the first thing I do is just look for beats. I feel like that's really important for me to be able to find the right beat, so I can spend as long as it takes, probably an hour, if not less or more, just trying to find a beat. Then I just play lots of different beats, but I'm really picky, so I can find myself playing a beat and I don't even get to the middle. As soon as I hear it from the beginning, I don't like it, I just switch to the next and the next and the next.
Yeah, I can imagine that. I can imagine.
Yeah.
So where are you finding these beats? Is it on YouTube? Is it do you have a collection already?
I find them on YouTube, but I've also had some producers just email me some beats, and then I've listened to those as well. Nice. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any particular producers that you want to shout out that you work with, or?
So I've worked with 7 Hacks. He is the one who actually did the mix and mastering of all the songs on my EP.
Okay, nice.
He's quite good, yeah. And recently I've also done one studio session actually just with Sonus.
Sonus Sounds.
Yeah, he's a producer. He's really, really good. And other than that, I'm just trying to also kind of work with other producers. So any producers that want to send me beats, just
Chris,
get at me.
Shout out Chris.
So that's pretty much it.
Nice. Okay. So when did you get into music? Where did it all start? Any inspirations? Any cool stories that you want to share with your journey with music at the moment?
Yeah. I feel like a lot of things in my life contributed to me getting into music. Starting from my childhood, I grew up listening to a lot of dancehall, reggaeton, especially with my mum. She used to play a lot of the old school reggae and old school dancehall at home, a lot of Afro beats. Not only that, but I also took music as a GCSE in school. So I just really wanted to just learn so much about music as it is, because I knew I wanted to get into it. So I knew that I had to learn about it. So I took music as a GCSE, had a vocal coach to teach me everything about vocals. I also sang in my church choir at home, back home, because I am East African originally. I'm Ugandan, Kenyan, and Rwandese. But for quite a few years in my childhood, whilst I was staying back home in Uganda, I took part in the church choir. I was really, really involved with making sure that not just me, but I also help my other friends from back home be able to really sing. I was very pushy with everyone. Make sure you get this right. And also, I also say my friendships, like when I came here to the UK, I was actually living in London for quite a long time before moving up north. And I made a lot of friends in secondary that were from like the Caribbean. So I got quite involved more into the culture, developed like an interest for the food and just the music and everything. So yeah, since then it's just been an ongoing journey for me. But yeah, I think that's where my love for music, and that's where I started to develop like a creativity for like Afro beats and dancehall. I wanted to make it my own thing though.
Yeah.
So
you feel, I feel like, am I right in saying this, correct me if I'm wrong, that your inspiration for music or like your creative intake is probably from your own natural environment?
Yeah,
like whatever's going on around you, you channel that through your music. Yeah.
Like I'm a very like, I feel like I'm a person that's very in tune with like their emotions and their environment, and I feel like that the only way I can express that is in my music. Even before I write, I have to like take in my environment for maybe like even just not even just in that moment, but even for the past few days. Like I'm a person that really takes in like where I'm at in like life and just within my surroundings, and I just find a way to channel that into the lyrics. Yeah,
that's cool. It's quite creative actually.
Yeah.
While we're on creatives, do you see yourself as a creative to start off with?
I do, yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
that's good.
Yeah.
That's good to see. Anyways,
yeah.
So like, as a creative, is there anything that you'd like to mention about the creative community at the moment, maybe across the UK? Because you mentioned you've been in London, but right now we're based in Manchester. Is there anything that you want to maybe suggest to the creative community where we can maybe elevate or push in Manchester or even in London, if you want to vouch for them as well?
Well, in Manchester, I actually quite really like the community here. I feel like there's a lot of creativity in Manchester as it is, not even just in music, but like I feel like within the music industry, being creative here, even though that is a big plus, I would say for female artists, I feel like there needs to be more of a push to get more opportunities for female artists to be able to not just perform, but to just be able to be in that kind of more of a creative environment where there's other creatives just like them, where they can network and connect, build those relationships that can also help them, give them that confidence. Because I feel like with a lot of females, they might not want to pursue music or just anything creative that they're passionate about because they just have that low confidence. They don't believe in themselves enough, and they care a lot about what people think, which you shouldn't.
Yeah,
because
that's very interesting insight. As a creative, I feel like that's one of the first things that you need to jump over that hurdle. You're on your own lane. Everyone has their own journeys. Exactly. You need to really tone in that focus of what's going on around you.
Yeah,
a lot of it is very judgmental as well. A lot of people have a lot to say. Just keep focusing on yourself.
Exactly.
But it's honestly, I didn't even know that. Like you mentioned, for women, that there might be a little bit of a stigma on their side where they don't really want to collaborate as much.
Don't get me wrong, it is happening. It's just I feel like this year it needs to happen more. Yeah. If that makes sense. I feel like I've seen it happen since I've been around, like networking with other female artists as well. Actually, I've met quite a few in Manchester, and I feel like it's, even though it's such an amazing experience being able to be in the same environment as other like creatives, males, females, I just feel like there could be such a large number of us females if we just all kind of just supported each other more and pushed each other out there to do what they want to do.
Maybe we should put an all-female lineup out there. I don't know what you think, Savage and Chris.
I feel like that would be so lit.
The female takeover.
That would be sick.
Maybe.
That would be really, really sick.
We'll put it in the works. We'll vouch it for them anyways. So you mentioned your EP before.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're going to be performing at the Undisclosed.
Yeah.
March 15th, for anyone that doesn't know. We actually haven't got set times, but you need to get there as soon as possible to see Keqe perform.
Yeah.
Now, when you're performing, are we going to hear this EP, or are you going to do new music? Tell me how's it going to go down?
I'm definitely going to do my EP, but I'm not going to give too much of my EP because I feel like since I've done this EP, I've grown so much like within my music journey. So I've kind of channeled that into my new music now, which I want to perform. I want you guys to see like what Keqe has been doing and like the growth as well. So I'll definitely be giving the EP, but I'll also be putting out that new music, the new vibes, you know.
Nice. The vibes.
Yeah.
The vibes.
The vibes.
The vibes.
The vibes.
So what can we expect from a performance from yourself? Like, how could you describe a performance? Is it energetic? Would you connect with your audience?
Yeah, I feel like I would describe myself as a very like sensual person. I feel like I'm very in touch with like my feelings, my emotions, and I feel like with my performances I want to just be able to really connect with the audience. I want the audience to feel like they can just like kind of like catch a vibe, kind of with like dancehall within itself is very like, it has that bounce to it, but I feel like with what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to create that bounce, but also that kind of like slow, kind of like slow R&B, slow, kind of like basically what I'm trying to say is like, I want people to feel sexy like when they listen to my music. I want them to feel like they can just like catch a vibe, very chill vibes, and just like feel like they can really just like, you know, do a slow dance and just kind of just chill and just.
Well, I'm excited. I'm excited. I can't wait to see you perform.
Yeah.
So, like I said, March 15th, make sure you come and see Keqe. Just before we wrap this up, is there anything that you want to address? Where can we find you on socials?
Yeah, so my Instagram is Keqe official. That's where I post everything about my music, about myself. My TikTok is also the same. I do a lot of content there on TikTok. I feel like I express myself in a way that is not just about music on there. So you get to know me on like, I would say a bit of a deeper level on there. So if you want to follow me there, you can too. And yeah, I'm looking forward to performing on the 15th of March. This is going to be such an amazing experience. I'm excited to even get to be like on a lineup with other artists, and as being like the only female, I'm definitely gonna, you know, kill it.
Facts.
Gonna rap for the girls, you know, and it's gonna be a vibe. So get your tickets and come down.
Well, we'll see you there.
Yeah.